If you're a fintech startup, you may be looking for D&O and other forms of business insurance and shocked at the cost and difficulty of obtaining coverage. In this video, I'm going to explain what's going on and how to find the right protection and the right price coming right up. Hi, I'm Coyle. In this video, we're going to focus on business insurance, concentrating on D&O cover for firms in the fintech space. If you have a question or an issue I didn't specifically cover here, please let me know. My contact info is in the description box below, and I'd love to hear from you. Also, can you do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button? That'll help grow my channel. Thanks. Okay, D&O and other forms of insurance for fintechs. What is it? Why do you need it? And why is it so expensive? D&O stands for Directors and Officers Liability Insurance. I like to call it personal net worth insurance because what this coverage does is protect the decision makers in your firm, the directors, officers, partners, and other leaders from lawsuits which can arise alleging wrongful acts, decisions, errors, statements, and misstatements in running your business. The worst part is that these lawsuits often name that decision maker personally for their actions, putting them at risk. Why do you need it? Well, first, because these types of lawsuits are expensive to defend against. Even if you or another leader in your firm has done nothing wrong, the defense costs are extremely high, somewhere around $100,000 just to get started. Paying for defense costs out of pocket can destroy your startup's funding and its future. Second, investors and advisors will refuse to invest or sit on your board without this protection because these lawsuits put their personal assets at risk. Why is D&O insurance and other coverage forms for fintech so expensive? There are several reasons, and here's some. First, keep in mind that insurance, like other products, is based on supply and demand. With only a handful of insurance companies writing insurance in the fintech space, there is limited capacity in the marketplace with increasing demand, so prices tend to be high. Second, you have a broad risk profile. Fintechs typically encompass multiple risk profiles in one firm. There are broad financial institution risks, technology risks, and cyber risks, all within the same company, which presents unique and challenging risks to underwriters. Three, when you combine this challenging risk profile with money, other people's monies, you begin to understand why there is a limited market for fintechs and why pricing is what it is. What can a fintech startup expect to pay for insurance? That's a tough question to answer because of the different types of firms starting up right now. But it is certainly a multiple of what traditional tech startups are paying. Broadly speaking, in my experience, we're looking at a range of anywhere between $35,000 and $100,000 in premium at the package level of $1 million of limits. And if you're in the crypto DeFi space, expect to pay even more. What coverage forms should a fintech be looking at? Well, I've already mentioned D&O insurance and why, so the next most important form of coverage is going to be professional liability, often called E&O insurance, and this is going to be a tailored policy form to address both the technology E&O risks as well as the financial institution risks your firm has. Next is cyber insurance to cover the first and third-party liability issues that cyber risk presents. Then you've got traditional business insurance policies such as general liability and property insurance contained in a BOP or a business owner's policy, workers' compensation, umbrella, auto insurance, and we're also going to recommend adding EPLI or employment liability practice to round out your D&O insurance. I've got a video on EPLI which you can view here. Lastly, there may be specific commercial crime insurance and intellectual property exposures to be addressed as well. Okay, so how do fintechs get insurance? Well, there are a few options on purchasing insurance for fintechs. The first is going to be online using an insurtech, a type of fintech firm, to get coverage. And the advantage of doing this is that the process is typically fast and easy, a minimum level of human interaction, applications, or questions. The downside of this, in my opinion, is that fast and easy may not address your specific risk issues. It may also not customize your policy forms to address the coverage you need most. And lastly, it's typically going to give you one option. You're not seeing what the entire marketplace has to offer. The second option is to work with a specialty broker like me who focuses on technology, financial service firms, and fintech. We represent a broad cross-section of the insurance marketplace. We can tailor a coverage package to your specific needs. And finally, we act as your advocate when and things do go wrong. And often, claims do happen, so that advocacy becomes important to give you peace of mind. The other thing that a skilled broker like me can do is create competition within the market between underwriters that are writing fintech insurance. You're not going to get that when engaging an insurtech firm that only represents their own insurance company. So how do you get started? Well, getting started is simple. Let's have a conversation. No pressure, no sales gimmicks, just a discussion so we can connect and see if you'd like to do business with us. From there, we'll direct you to our SmartForm portal so we can do some data gathering. Then we go out to the market and work with the leading underwriters in the fintech space. Once we've got some traction, we'll likely host an underwriting call to get all the interested underwriters on a conference call so they can ask you questions and you can provide feedback. This is an opportunity for you and your leadership to shine and give underwriters the comfort level to know that you've got risk issues under control so we can wrap up underwriting negotiations. Have other questions or thoughts? Why not book some time on my calendar for a conversation using the link below? Like I said, this is just a conversation, not a sales call. You're not going to get any high pressure from me as you start your research into business insurance for your fintech firm. Thanks for watching.